Thanks for the warm introduction. I'm Zhiyuan from Washington University in St. Louis, and today I'm going to talk about one of our recent work named SMAC, which is the abbreviation for Semantically Meaningful Adversarial Audio Attack. So as suggested by this name, in this work, we aim to develop a new type of adversarial attack that preserves the semantics of the original speech, but it can mislead the voice recognition algorithms. This is a joint work of Washington University and Arizona State University. So the recent emergence of voice assistants has completely revolutionized our lives. From various smart home devices to large vehicles, we can control everything with simply speaking. So this impressive technology is enabled by two types of functionalities. The automatic speech recognition that enables the transcription of what we say, and the speaker recognition that validates who we are. The recent advances in machine learning has further catalyzed the state-of-the-art ASR and SR algorithms building upon neural networks. However, the use of machine learning also introduces the threats known as adversarial machine learning. Such attacks exploit the gap between human perception and machine intelligence to achieve stealthy attacks. For instance, to attack ASR, the attacker can add minor perturbations such that the resulting adversarial example will sound like benign words, but will be interpreted as malicious commands, such as open the door, by machines. And for the attack against SR systems, attackers can follow a similar strategy, and as such, the malicious adversarial example will be interpreted as uttered by an authorized user. So all these attacks can be achieved by simply adding stealthy perturbations. However, the vast majority of this system work focuses on LP-based adversarial attacks. That is, the attackers will intentionally bound the magnitude of the perturbations within a predefined LP norm. Though achieving impressive attack performance, the resulting adversarial examples often sound noisy due to the nature of their added perturbations. So this inspires us to consider a question: can we improve the stealthiness of such attacks towards more natural speech with higher audio quality? To answer this question, we refer to the semantic adversarial attacks in the image domain. So in these works, attackers actually do not strictly bound the magnitude of the perturbation. Instead, they actually make significant changes to the images by altering features such as background colors, the texture of the images, and facial expressions. By doing so, they found that the overall image will remain semantically meaningful and appear more natural. Then we raised the question as, does a similar concept of semantic manipulation exist in the audio domain, with which we can add perturbations in a semantically meaningful way? So our answer to this question is the proposed SMAC attack. So in this attack, we depart from existing LP-based approach and choose to manipulate inherent speech attributes, such as the speech rate, the accent, the prosody, etc. By manipulating these attributes, we aim to mislead both ASR and SR systems. Now the question becomes, what are the potential semantic attributes in speech that we can control? And what is the proper one for adversarial attacks? So, a desired semantic speech feature in our context needs to possess two characteristics. First, it needs to possess relatively large search space that allow malicious manipulation. And for the sake of stealthiness, it should not affect the normal perception of speech content or speaker identity. In this way, we aim to constrain the adversarial example to possess audibly the same semantics as the original speech audio. And in this work, we focus on prosody as the representative semantic attribute. Prosody is a complex feature, and it is also often described as intonation and rhythm in human speech. It encompasses multiple characteristics, including pitch contour, the intonation of an utterance, the length of a syllable, and the loudness of a word, and so on. So the figure here shows that under such manipulation, the audio actually experiences significant changes in the audio wave, even though it sounds the same in terms of semantics. So with this insight that prosody can actually serve as a good candidate for the semantic attribute, the next question becomes, how can we control such a complex speech feature? To solve this challenge, we built on a state-of-the-art speech generative model to achieve a more natural manipulation. And to achieve the previously mentioned two goals, we keep the global prosody vector unchanged, such that the speaker identity will be preserved. And then the key technical challenge here is to optimize the local prosody vector that actually controls the prosody in a fine-grained manner. Then we need to optimize the prosody and control it to mutate towards our malicious goal, right? The key technical challenge here is that the prosody vectors can actually be of variable length depending on the specific sentences. And to solve this challenge, we develop a two-stage optimization framework. The first is the adapted genetic algorithm with variable length optimization capability. And this is enabled by our developed in-style operator shown in the figure. So in this operation, the certain genes will be added or removed based on the measurement of current status and the adversarial goal. The second stage is the gradient estimation scheme based on natural evolution strategy. To achieve a successful attack, we also incorporate other multiple specific attack design elements. For instance, we developed a new loss function measuring the phonological similarity to measure the distance towards the malicious goal. And in order to attack SR systems, we also developed a bound-based threshold estimation scheme. Due to limited time, I will omit the details here, and these details can be found in our paper. So to validate the efficacy of our attack, we have conducted a series of experiments. Here, I would like to highlight the over-the-air experiments. So we use the Amazon Echo as the real-world voice assistant, and we leverage another JBL speaker to play the adversarial audio example. So we conduct the experiments in different rooms and under various distances and angles. And as a result, we found that the semantic meaningful adversarial examples can actually achieve higher over-the-air robustness, even without air channel modeling. For instance, at a distance of 50 centimeters, our example can achieve 57% success rate compared to the traditional ones, which achieved 24%. And here, I would like to play a demo video here. So the first one is we playing a benign audio sample.
Election is important to her career.
Yep. So the original speech audio is with the content of election is important to her career, and it is uttered by a woman speaker. And now we will play the semantically meaningful adversarial example building upon this speech audio. With the same hardware setup.
Election is important to her career.
Here's something I found on ShareCare. Dysarthria is a speech impediment that can result from a variety of underlying.
Yeah, so here we can find that. With our semantic meaningful adversarial example, what we hear is actually the same content uttered by basically the same speaker, but it will be interpreted by machine as a different content. And as a result, it successfully triggered the voice assistant and being recognized as another speech command. However, we found that our attack is not without its limitations. So we found the biggest limitation of our attack lies in the arbitrary targets, such as the targeted transcription. Especially when the original speech and the target transcription possess significantly different lengths, the attack success rate is actually low. To further understand the underlying limitations, we evaluate the attack success with respect to different added distances and phonological similarities. So in this study, the phonological similarity is measured by the LCSR of the two phoneme sequences. So as a result, we found that the SMAC success rate actually increases when original and target transcriptions are more similar. So in summary, we developed the first semantic adversarial audio attack targeting both ASR and SR systems deployed in voice assistants. And our experiments showcase that our attack can achieve improved speech quality and naturalness in adversarial examples, and it is also more robust when delivering over the air. And building on this work, we found there are several interesting directions to pursue. For instance, future research can look into the feasibility of using other semantic attributes like speech accent or speech rate, like I mentioned. And they can also further investigate to gain a deeper understanding of the fundamental limits of such attacks. And we have open sourced all of our source code for the community. If there are any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you.